Hi, I just wanted to make this little video ahead of time. This is kind of a precursor to the one coming up when we were in the Pocanos. I don't remember the name of the campground for 1,000 Trails, but anyway, when we first pulled in, the leaves were dropping. It was pretty nice there, but we had the whole park to ourselves. And when I went to check in, there was two people in there, and the guy told us, because I asked him about getting a pretty flat spot to where I could take the camper off, and he said, yeah, there was just a truck camper there, so you shouldn't have a problem. So, okay, but he did suggest he'd come out after I got it out there and got it set up, and he come out to check on us, which was pretty neat. But he also suggested a couple places to go see. One of them was Big Pocano, which turns out to be it was a state park not far, like 5 minutes from there. Another place was Jim Thorpe, and I guess from what I can understand, Jim Thorpe was a Olympian from way back, but still, and that's the town was to honor him. So, okay, we went there the second day, and kind of the problem is that it's nothing but tourists. And they have a train ride, and dogs are allowed. So, okay, that's cool. We'll take Cody with us, and we'll go. Well, it was like almost an hour there, and we waited in line. It was crazy busy. Gail went and got tickets. Yes, you can take the dogs on the train. There was a train ride. There's two different lengths. She got the 45-minute one, and the second one was like an hour and a half or something. I don't remember what it was, but still. So we got that, and it took forever to load up, and there was a ton of people. It was full. The seats on the train were super, super tight. I mean, to where me and Gail could probably just about get side by side, and Cody had to sit in our lap the whole time. The windows, we could open the window, so that's what we did so he can hang his head out, but it was crazy cramped in there. So what they don't tell you is, I mean, you think it says it goes up and turns around and comes back. Okay, so you're thinking you're sitting there, and then you get to see, when it turns around, you get to see the opposite side. Well, no, we sat on the forward motion on the left side. Well, almost probably 80% of it was just a wall of rock, and that's all. Okay, over on the right side, you can see a river, you can see this, you can see that, okay, well, when the half the ride was over, they just stopped the train. They said, okay, now we're going to turn around. Well, the turning around was you flip the seats the opposite way. And it was like a debacle. It was like everybody trying to get off the plane at one time. So everybody's trying to, I had to pick up Cody and hold him and try. It was a nightmare. Well, on the way back, you seen the same thing, the same rock wall, same everything. But to make matters worse now, I mean, that was bad enough. You paid for this, and it was disheartening to see that because you couldn't see nothing on that side of the train. But when I pulled in, I had the truck, and everywhere we went in the Northeast, they look at you funny when you pull up in that truck. Nowhere is there dual wheel vehicles up there that I seen. I mean, it's like a farm truck here. It's no home, but it's no big deal. But nowhere. Well, in the parking lot, when I pulled in, there was two guys there. You could tell they worked there. They didn't say a word to me. They just motioned me to go down and park. And okay. Well, there was an area at the end that specifically said buses and RVs only. Well, had I had the camper on, I would have went down there, but I didn't. So I parked in a space. Well, obviously, in the spaces up there, everywhere we went, all New England, was the size for a Prius or something like that. And, well, I come back, after all that would come back out, oh, they wrote me a parking ticket because I hung over. The truck's too big for the space. Well, no kidding. $63 it cost me. Because they wouldn't say nothing. They probably knew that. Waiting for me to leave so that way they could probably go ahead and cite me. And that's probably how the city makes money. Because everywhere you look was parking meters and everywhere. So, long story short, with this video, would I recommend going to Jim Thorpe? Nope, I wouldn't. Not in a minute. Gail said she went when she went for the tickets. Me and Cody were waiting, and she said the town looked okay, but again, it was so tight I couldn't hardly drive out in or out. Even on the way out of the parking lot, it was so narrow. I had to run over a couple cones and they're screaming at me, "Oh, you're going to pay for that." Well, make it big enough so I can even get out the parking lot. So, and literally, none of the spaces were big enough for my truck. Nowhere. But I know if I'd have parked at the end where the bus and campers were, it didn't say nothing about oversized vehicles. It didn't say nothing about that. So they would have cited me anyway. But would I recommend it? No. Big Pocano, that was a state park that's managed by Camelback Mountain, the ski resort. So that was okay. I mean, we went up, it was windy, and you're going to see that. And we went to some other places somewhere along the line. I don't remember. We so many places. But at one point in time, I've been having problems with my mics, the batteries, everything. I got to get used to using these. So we'll see. But I just want to make this a precursor, and I'll bring up now the rest of the video I have of the place. So we'll see you later. What a difference a day makes. It rained most of last night when we was at Hershey. That's why I loaded the camper before it started raining. So we pulled out this morning at a bright and early 10 o'clock or something. I don't know when it was. But anyway, it was supposed to be a 2-hour ride up here to Scotrun. We are in the Pocanos. Going through Allentown was kind of hairy. Gail was freaking out. But we are at Scotrun, like I said, and here it is. Just absolutely awesome. We have the whole place to ourselves. Now there's campers, but there ain't nobody by them. And the only thing I see is over this way, there's one truck. The rest of these, nobody. So we got this whole place to ourselves. Cody's loving it. No leash. Got an open place here. I'm gonna fly the drone. I don't know how much I can get or how much I'll see. But yeah, today when we first pulled in, I don't know, maybe 2 hours ago, it was misting hard, and I mean, it's misting a little bit now, actually. If it was 20 degrees colder, it'd be white mist. Yeah, it's, I think this is supposed to blow out, but a gale of all people, we're at home. I sit at home in the wintertime and freeze to death. And she, oh, I love the cold. You should have seen her. Well, I was setting the camper up. She was bundled up with her hoodie on, the heat full blast in the truck. It had to be 110 degrees in there. I couldn't believe it. And she's freezing to death. I told her I'm gonna remind her of that. So anyway, it's awesome here. The hill's coming up in. There's some places we want to go check out while we're up in here and see. But yeah, we got the place to ourselves, and the two people working here, I think they're kind of lonely because there sure ain't much going on. So anyway, I just wanted to turn it on, and it's, I don't know, 4 o'clock or so. I don't know, somewhere in that area. And it's looking like it might snow, but the place is awesome. Colors are fun. You can't, I mean, the leaves are dropping, but but the colors are awesome all through here. So by the time we our next one is in round out in New York, I mean the leaves may have dropped by then already, and then for sure probably up in Maine. But hey, we can see where we can go and say we've seen it, we've been there, and you never know if we ever come back. But places have been nice. It's been a long time since I've been up. I haven't been up this far. I've been in Pennsylvania, but nothing any further. So, but as we go and do stuff, I'll turn it back on, and I'll try to get drone footage. And it's kind of breezy to be flying it now, though. So I'll see if this clears out, and we'll try it later. So I'll talk to you. Stay warm. On this, I think we're 20th of October, 25. So we'll see you then. Gail's taken us on a wild adventure. We've been climbing up a mountain here in the truck for 20 minutes now, and we still ain't to the top. But this is where what we want to do. Big Pocano State Park, maintained by Camelback Mountain Resort. And Camelback is just, you can see all down through there. Camelback is behind us some, but this is the ski resort and the mountain. But we just wanted to get to the top. I guess there's a good overlook, and go check it out. It's a bright sunny morning, brisk. It was 39 last night, or this morning for a low. But it's supposed to warm up to 65. That's almost swimsuit weather, huh? Not. But anyway, so we'll be up here in a minute, and I'll turn this back on. All right, we are at the top of this big Pocano. I guess it's a mountain right down, well, kind of north of us, right here. I'm into the sun, aren't I? Is Camelback Ski Lodge. We passed the resort on the way up. As high as I can get, and the wind is howling up here, and there's no drones allowed, so I probably couldn't fly it anyway, this wind's so high. But I got up on top of the truck here, and I'm going to pan around with this camera. You can see them flags are howling up there. Yeah, I doubt the drone would fly anyway. It would have a really hard time. I was just wanting to go straight up with it and get some video, but most state parks are that way, to where you can't fly them in. So anyway, we wanted to come up and see. The guy at the campground told us to check it out. It's close. And we did, and so we're going to get back to camp and get some stuff together. And I think tomorrow we're going to go to Jim Thorpe for a train ride. So we're going to check that out, and we get back to camp. If I need something, I'll turn this back on. So we'll talk to you later. Here's I guess all the different trails going down, and I'm not much of a skier. I'm not much of a cold weather person anyway, but they have day or night. You could take a tube down that. I can't imagine. I'm sure that's down the Bunny Trail. But King Tut, Hunt Camp, the Hump, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not much into skiing, so to me, I don't do cold well. So anyway, but yep, that's the lift right there. Let me turn around to it, and they're getting everything ready. And I'm thinking these things going up are poking up. It got water hooked to them, so it's probably to create snow, but that is it right there. I guess it's time to leave before I get thrown out of here anyway, so we'll talk to you later. We are at a train, and we're taking Cody with us, going through the Pocono Mountains. There's the conductor up there. Is this like that movie Polar Express? He gets tickets, he checks them, like Tom Hanks.
blast of the horn, which means we are leaving downtown Jim Thorpe and beginning our journey into Lehigh Gorge State Park. We therefore ask that you sit back, relax, and take in all that the area has to offer. The car host will be coming through your car to stamp your tickets, so please have them out and available.
We're on our way. Cody's got his window open. Gotta get some fresh air. Looks like an old town. All the train cars up that way. Conductors coming through to stamp your tickets. Kind of rocky, rolly, almost like the rides we take in the truck and the camper. You can see going that way. Okay.
The Reading Bridge to the left is the first newly constructed bridge across the Lehigh in over 100 years. Now the next bridge we pass through is the Coalport Bridge or Trestle, which spans the former Lehigh Valley Railroad, once owned by Asa Packer. Crosses over what is now the Reading and Northern's Lehighton Branch and the Norfolk Southern Railway's Lehigh Line. You'll want to keep your arms, hands, and head inside the car. It's 109 miles into the Delaware River and is known for its numerous Class 2 and Class 3 rapids. In the summer, when temperatures soar, the gorge is a nice place to cool off. And it's not unusual to see dozens of rafters and kayakers enjoying trips down the Lehigh. The name Lehigh comes from a Lenape phrase meaning where there are forks. Besides rafting and kayaking, the river is also a popular fishing location, hosting a variety of species, including trout, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, carp, and catfish.